This is your equations and inequalities test review. I'll go over all the questions. You need to make sure on a separate sheet of paper that you are correcting each of the problems you missed. You staple that scrap paper to your test and you turn it back into the class tray when you're done. Number 1, which inequality is true when x equals 7? Well, if I put the number 7 in for x, I have to decide which of these statements makes a good, correct statement. So 7 plus 6 is greater than or equal to 18. Last time I checked, 13 is not bigger or equal to 18, so A is out. 7 minus 6, which is 1. 1 is greater than 18. False. 11 plus 7, which is 18, is less than 18. 18 is not less than 18. D. 11 plus 7 is 18. 18 is less than or equal to 18. True. 2. Which of the following makes the equation true? B divided by 4 equals 16. To get B by itself, you need to multiply both sides by 4. We get B equals 64. A. Number 3, solve for m. M plus 7 is greater than or equal to 20. To get m by itself, we have to do the opposite. So since it says m plus 7, we're going to do m minus 7. You subtract 7 from both sides. I'm going to keep my variable, m. You keep your symbol. Greater than or equal to. 20 minus 7 is 13. That was our final answer. Number 4, solve for r. R minus 4.5 is less than 11. So to get r by itself, I'm going to add 4.5 to both sides. Okay, so you keep your variable r, because it'll be by itself. We keep our symbol. And 11 plus 4.5, people struggled with this because you didn't think about money. Okay, you got to make sure your decimals are lined up. So if I have $11 and someone else gives me $4.50, R is less than $15.50, where 15.5 is fine. Number 5, a case of 12 boxes of macaroni and cheese can be purchased for $18. How much is each box of mac and cheese? I'm going to buy 12 boxes, but I don't know how much each box cost. But I know I'm going to spend $18 in total. So to figure out the cost of each box, we have to divide both sides by 12. Okay, to get B by itself. So B equals. When you solve 18 divided by 12, 12 does not fit into 1. 12 fits into 18 one time. Left with 6. Can't have a remainder, so you put a decimal, you drop a 0. How many 12s make a 60? 5. Okay, left with nothing. So B equals 1.5, or if you made it like money, $1.50 was fine. I would accept 1.5, B equals 1.5, or B equals 1.50. Number 6, solve for J. J minus 18 equals 43. To get J by itself, you complete the opposite operation. So I'm going to add 18 to both sides. So keep your variable J, you keep your symbol equals, and we add them together. We figure out J equals 61. Match the inequalities to the correct graph. Number 7, 7.5 is less than x. Well, first of all, I know that the alligator wants more money than $7.50. I also know, since it's just a less than symbol, that it's an open circle. So knowing it's an open circle, it's either A or D. Okay? But the alligator wants the biggest amount of food. So which option between A and D shows us the alligator could get more money than $7.50? It's going to be A. He's going to want like $10 or $12 or $15 or $100. So the answer is A. Number 8, x is less than or equal to 10. Less than or equal, with that little line underneath, shows us it's a filled-in circle. So our options are B or C. The alligator says 10 is the maximum we can have. Cannot get any bigger. So all the values must be smaller, equal or smaller. So our answer is C. Number 9, which description below describes the equation? X divided by 4 equals 55. Allie divided X mugs into 55 boxes with 4 mugs in each box. No. Allie divided 55 mugs into 4 boxes with X mugs in each box. No, doesn't make sense. Allie divided X mugs into 55 boxes with 4 broken mugs. No. Allie divided 4 mugs into a certain number of boxes, and there were 55 mugs in each box. That is the option that makes the most logical sense. Number 10, Madeline must earn at least 80 points for her science project. At least. So I'm saying she has to have 80 points or more in order to pass her science project, okay? So far in the rubric, she has 64 points. Write and solve an inequality to show how many points Madeline needs. Well, if I know that I have to have 80 points, so it can equal 80, or I need more, then the alligator is going to face the other direction, away from the 80, because we want that amount or a bigger number. To figure out how many points Madeline still needs, we're going to do X plus 64 in our original equation, because we know that we have to solve, we need to subtract 64, not 24, from both sides to figure out how many points she still needs in order to pass her project. So X is now by itself. We keep our symbol, and 80 minus 64 is 16. So you got points for writing your inequality correctly. You got points for doing your work, and you got points for having the correct answer with your correct variables, symbols, and numbers. Number 11, Jackson must sell at least 49 rolls of wrapping paper to support the Robotics Club fundraiser. When it says at least 49 rolls of wrapping paper, that means it can equal 49 or bigger. A is out because it says it has to just be bigger than 49. C is out because it says that 49 is the max and we have to be smaller. B, it says it can equal 49, which is true, but then it says or less than. So B is out, which means D is the only good option because it can equal 49 or be bigger. We have to sell at least 49, so 49 or more. D is the correct answer. Number 12, in the table below, which best represents the independent variable? The independent variable is a thing that you are in control of, that you can change, that you can decide. So if you are a store owner, do you decide how many days that you are going to run a sale? Or do you decide how many total sales you're going to make? How much money your company is going to bring in? You are in control of how many days that you run the sale. That is our independent variable. B. 13, each soda costs $4.50 at a baseball game. Which of the following represents the dependent variable? So you're in control of how many sodas you buy. And based on what you're in control of, how many sodas you choose, it affects our final answer, the dependent variable, which is going to be our total cost. Your choices result in how much money you have to spend. C. Number 14, the summer sports training camp has a maximum capacity of 250 students. So they're saying we can hold 250 people at most. Okay, so 250 at most, which means that's the biggest move. And it can equal that. We can fill all 250 spots. If 85 have pre-registered, then how many students can still participate? Write and solve an inequality. So we are going to make X plus 85 to figure out how many spots we still have left available at the camp. Okay, so if I subtract 85 from both sides, I keep my variable X, I keep my symbol the same, and when I do 250 minus 85, so 4, 10, 5, 1, 14, 6, 1. Your correct answer is we can still register 165 kids or less. Number 15, the sum of the measures of two angles is 107.3. So the answer to our addition problem is 107.3. So it has to equal 107.3. One angle has a measure of 51. What is the second measure? Okay, so I'm going to subtract 51 from both sides to figure out what x is. What was that other piece, the other angle? 3 minus 0 is 3 decimal points. 7 minus 1 is 6. Can't do 0 minus 5, but you can do 10 minus 5. And I got 56.3 equals x. Number 16, in gym class, students were asked to form 9 equal groups. If there were 16 kids in each group, then how many total students were there? I'm going to do 9 times 16 equals x. Okay, and when you solve 16 times 9, you get that there were x equals 144. I needed you to know there were 144 students in the gym. All right. Number 17, solve for g. G divided by 4 is greater than 12. You got to multiply both sides by 4. Keep your variable, g, keep your symbol, and 12 times 4 is 48. Miles can type 60 words per minute. Let W represent the total number of words Miles can type, and M represent the number of minutes he types. Which equation best represents this? So no matter how long we type, we do 60 words every single minute. And you have to multiply that by how long you're typing to figure out how many words are on your paper. So the answer was D. 19, if x equals 9, which inequality is true? Well, 2 times 9 is 18, and 18 is greater than 16, so A is true. Last one, 20. The Weston family spends a maximum of $50 per month on entertainment. So 50 is the biggest number, which means the alligator mouth faces that. And we can spend all $50, so it can equal that. Okay, but we can spend less money. So I put my 50 down here, right, and solve an inequality. I put my filled in circle since it can equal 50. And I know that we can't spend any more than 50, so my line has to go left because we have to spend less, or 50 or less.